I am back with another message. I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world. If it's morning, if it's night, whatever it may be, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and hopefully wherever you are, you're having a great night. Sorry I said that backwards, but saying things twice today, for what reason, I don't know. But it's mostly sometimes in some of my videos I say things twice. But I'm going to give gratitude to those that are subscribing to my channel, new subscribers and old subscribers. Thank you. Those that are abroad, that are away from the United States, I ask that you leave a comment, let me know where you are, and if I'm reaching out to you, I like to reach my hand as far as I can across this globe or across the world, so to speak. Um, so, if you don't mind, pass these messages on. It could help someone. Um, I'd like to give a thanks to a person that sent me a message yesterday, and they're saying that their relative is watching my videos and pretty much changing their life. Um, I like to make change. I like to make change in others' lives, and I like to be a model of others' life. To be someone that they can look up to, or someone they can um, count on, someone they can, speak with, that can um, get some insight out of what is going on. Sorry, I wanted to turn the music down because I think I'm not speaking up loud enough. I don't see my indicator on my board moving, but of course, I still have to be respectful for my roommate, even though it's not reciprocated when it comes time for me to do my thing. But it's okay. So, and that's why I'm not seeing it moving on my indicator because my board is not on. Sorry about that. It looked like I'm starting everything out backwards here. Um, I have a singing bowl here. I'm gonna ring it. Earbuds, earpods. If you're on a PC, whatever you may be on, might want to turn it down. But first, we're gonna light some Palo Santo because we want to clear the room, remove any negative energy that quite possibly could be, around. Look like I'm about to go for another lighter, maybe, maybe not. All right, there we go. There we go. I have to pull out another lighter anyway. Here we go. All right. Gonna ring the singing bowl. Have any earbuds, earpods, you're on a PC, whatever you may be on, might want to turn it down. Here we go with the bowl. All right. Now, this video is about things that have been taken from you in your life. Now, not everything that we have is meant for us, and some things that we have are meant for us, and some things that can bring harm to us. And sometimes we lose these things and sometimes we lose people. Sometimes we lose jobs. Sometimes we lose um, family members. Sometimes we lose pets. Um, but there are a lot of things that are taken from our life, um, either to support us and help us, or either to um, hinder us. You know, um, like take for instance me and my false flame, my ex relationship. You know, this was taken away from me because I needed to know who I was and who I am today. But at the same time, it was saving my life. The Holy Spirit was saving my life. The Holy Spirit wasn't taking anything from me to be mean. That's not the case. There is a certain time, a certain limit that things need to be done in an orderly fashion. And when you're on a time constraint, when the Holy Spirit has something planned, things have to be moved around as accordingly. So I needed to know who I was, but at the same time, this relationship was meaning me no good, and basically not lowering my vibrational frequency, but basically it was in the way of what the plans of the Holy Spirit. You know, certain job, you know, you might have lost your job and you don't know why you lost it, but or you know why you lost it, and Spirit has a way of putting things in order because it quite well could save your life. You could have been going to work. You probably lost a job, and you might have been going to work one day and you might have lost your life. That was some reason why these things happened. Everything happened for a reason, and everything is on divine timing. So you may lose a friend, you know, um, it's on divine timing because it's a reason, because there are a lot of Judas out there. There's a lot of Jezebel spirits, you know. Um, there's a lot of Luciferians, a lot of uh, witch practitioners, and all these other things, you know, that are out there and can be saving you and saving your life, or saving you from creating a contract, or save you from whatever it may be, you know. Um, we lose things for a reason, whether it's our vibrational frequency is too high, or whether it's the Holy Spirit that stepping in, or whether it's your ancestors stepping in, protecting you, or, you know, someone dies, you know, in your family. Let's say somebody, you know, your family's going somewhere and gonna be driving down the street, and all of a sudden something comes up to where you're not in that car with that person, with that car. You were gonna go, but that person wind up getting in an accident and wind up getting killed. You would have been in a car with that person and you probably would not have lived. Or if you did live, the Holy Spirit would make sure that you live, but you would have probably experienced a lot of bad things. And this is something that this Holy Spirit saved you from that trauma, even though you were probably not saved from the trauma because of you were going to be in that car with that person. So the Holy Spirit put things in our way to stop us from any bad thing that's happening. You know, this is what the Holy Spirit does. Um, because the Holy Spirit means well, but there's no such thing as time, but in a roundabout way, there is uh, um, order, an order of which things should be fulfilled and how they should play out. And a lot of us are a chess piece on a board, being moved strategically. And that's what the Holy Spirit does, is use us on a board strategically to either save us or to bring lessons to us in our life, or to bring downfall in our life, or to wake us up. And I don't mean downfall in a bad way, but I mean downfall as in a way of wake up, you know, sitting you down. You know what I'm saying? Like what happened to me sat me down, but it wasn't to be mean, but it was a way of saying, hey, things are about to happen. And this is what's going on. And this is why you're here. And this is who you are. So a lot of people don't understand that these things happen. Let's say your dog dies for some reason, um, but reasons unknown. Let's say you let your dog outside, and let's say a car was coming, and you run out there to get your dog, try to get your dog before the dog get hit, and you run out there to get hit. You pick up the dog, but you get hit at and then the dog winds up living, but you wind up dying. You know, and there's an instant that, let's say you were in the house and you let the dog out to go use the restroom, but then you were still in the house, but then you heard this screeching of tires, and your dog is dead in the street. But see, had it been the other way around, you'd have been outside with the dog, and let's say you were thinking about walking out, you were just gonna open up the door, let him out, and you were gonna come out right after him. But something caught your attention, or something got your attention, that you forgot to do something. You forgot to go here. You forgot to do that. You forgot to comb your hair. You forgot to brush your teeth. You forgot to, put on your shoes. You need to run back, grab your shoes. Anything, or you forgot to get a bag so you can pick up the poop, or whatever it may be. These things happen for a reason, you know, and all of our loved ones are there, you know, for us, you know, um, to protect us. Even our ancestors, even the dog doesn't know that it's going to happen, but unfortunately these things happen, and our ancestors, the Holy Spirit, even some of the pets that died, you know a while back, long ago, something is pulling your attention away from danger. A few times running across the street, you almost get hit, but or you stop before you run across the street because you almost get it, because you knew you weren't going to make it. Someone told you to stop. So, everything is always put in our path for a reason, and everything is taken from us for a reason. And every distraction from when we have our mind on one thing and then we get distracted with something else, there's a reason for that. There's a reason why these things happen. So when we lose someone, or lose, an animal, or we lose our job, or we lose our cars, there's reasons behind it. Your car get repoed, and you had made that payment, but yet you probably would have took that car and went somewhere. You probably wouldn't have never make it back. You know, or that car got taken from you, and just to keep you from racking up a huge amount of debt. Everything happens for a reason. This divine timing and divine purpose. And I tell the pastor that I work with, everything is it's pretty much by design. It's all um, divinely guided. You know, I was divinely guided to where I was in this shelter, you know, and divinely guided that me and the pastor wind up working together. You know, the Holy Spirit does things, you know, for others and put you in places where you need to be at the time you need to be there. There's no guarantee that you know, to stay here in the United States. You know, eventually I'm going to have to leave the United States. Eventually I'm going to have to travel around the world. I mean, it's just that's what's happened, you know. I mean, there are many people that take planes and there's plane crashes, you know, or there was somebody that they missed that flight for some reason, you know, and next thing you know, they hear about this plane going down and it was a plane that they were supposed to be on. Everything happens for a reason, you know. So anytime places, people, places, and things, something is distracted, something is removed, something is turned off, something is left behind, or you know, you get distracted. This is the way of divine timing, and divine timing, you know, is literally time, but it's not time. It's just eighth of a second, like that. You know, it's the same thing when you know some person can lose their freedom like that. You know, it just happens, but everything happens for a reason. You know, it was same thing with me being in Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, I'm like my eyes are getting heavy, and I'm laying there on that bunk, and just as soon as I'm closing my eyes, you know, like barely shutting down, you know, open and closing, open, closing, barely shutting down, and hear this guy come walking by. And excuse my, I don't have anything against people that like the same sex, but unfortunately, this person threatened to beat me up and a whole lot of other ones. You know, when I was in Sodom and Gomorrah. But the thing about divine timing, the Holy Spirit pulled me up out of there before I could fall asleep, because these people have plans to do some really bad things to me, and the Holy Spirit pulled me up out of there. So, which means, you know, like I said, vibrational frequency. This was something I wasn't supposed to experience, but unfortunately, um, I did experience, you know, being in Satan's kingdom. You know, divine timing. You know, somebody come up. You know, one week I draw a picture, and 1 week later, this person asked me about, you know, I draw a seat that I saw in my vision, and 1 week later, this man come in and asked me if I heard about the seat of mercy. And I'm like, no, not really knowing that the Holy Spirit sent me this vision of the seat and emanated light from the seat. Yeah. And then another older man come in and ask me about um, the cherubim. No, the older man asked me about the seat of mercy, and the younger man asked me about the cherubim. Have I ever heard of them? But before a week before he came in, the Holy Spirit sent me a picture, sent me a vision of a being coming out of the sun, but it had wings. He come in, he asked me about the cherubim, boom. 1 week later, and here I figure out, you know, once I get out, exactly what it was. It was actually a cherubim coming out of the sun, either coming out or guarding or whatever it may be, but this is what I saw. So the Holy Spirit, you know, use others and do things and place things where they need to be. That's why I say we're like chess pieces, move things, but everything is divine timing, and it's on the Holy Spirit's divine timing. So, you know, losing someone I know is hard, whether it's by death or whether it's by um, some miraculous thing that happened that they wind up getting taken away from you, or somebody in the military, you know, same thing, somebody was supposed to get in a Humvee, but the group wound up leaving them, and the next thing you know, their Jeep wound up getting blowed up, and then everybody got shrapnel, and some didn't make it, and some did make it. Some lost limbs, and some didn't lose limbs. So it's all in divine timing. The Holy Spirit works in mysterious ways, and people don't really realize how the Holy Spirit works. And the Holy Spirit does things, and it's not understandable. And sometimes it can be hurtful, but people don't really realize that it's done for a perfect reason, because the Holy Spirit is lining you up for something greater, something better. Um, and I wouldn't say a lavish lifestyle, or uh, the divine partner of yours, or saving you for another day, or basically, you know, saving you for a special type of event that's supposed to happen. We are all here for a purpose, and you know, I know my purpose is for a greater purpose than what I really want to believe or think. So, but I just wanted to get on and just speak about things that are taken away, and it's not, because it could be to save your life. Because I think I mentioned once on one of my videos, I was doing bodybuilding, and I had just turned national, one step away from pro. And one night I'm working at this nightclub, I think like 2 days after, and I get into an altercation where one guy grabs me from behind, and then it was more than one guy. It was like two guys, and I wind up being on top of the other guy that had me from behind, and I wind up knocking him out. And I don't mean by punching, but just there's a certain area on your neck that will lights out. And when I did that, in the process of trying to get him off of me, my tricep tore. But this was for my own good. This was for me. That I'm grateful that it did happen. I'm grateful that my tricep did tear, because if that didn't happen, no telling where I would be right now. Because um, to be in a national level in bodybuilding, and in a pro level, you have to do a lot of drugs, a lot of steroids. I mean, you have to really, really be, you know. And there's no telling. I could be on dialysis right now today. I could be hooked up to a machine every single day, because I done destroyed my liver, or I done destroyed something in my body, or you know, things could have been worse, but everything happens for a reason. And right now, today, I don't work out anymore. I do some exercises, but it's nothing strenuous compared to what I did before. The Holy Spirit take things from you, and I wanted to be a pro so bad in bodybuilding. I was willing to do anything to be a pro, but when I sit back and think about it, it's like, I'm glad that this happened to me. I'm glad that my tricep was torn during an altercation, because there's no telling where I would be right now, but possibly hooked up to a machine, or waiting for a liver transplant or kidney transplant, or whatever it may be, you know what I mean, or a heart transplant. These things are taken away because there's a greater purpose for me, and one that I can't even comprehend. And I'm slowly comprehending it, and then learning about who I am. All these things happen for a reason. When I moved to Vegas, these things were for a reason, because this is where I had my awakening. You know, things just happen. but it's in divine timing. It's the Holy Spirit. Learning how to forgive my mother, divine timing. Felt the Holy Spirit all over me. I felt that energy, vibration, strong vibration like electricity, 2 days in a row. So everything happens for a reason. Same thing with my ex. I saw a vision that came to me, and I saw the baby in my dream, as a fetus. Didn't know what it was. When I did find out what it was, when I went to the hospital to go see about her getting surgery on her finger, this is when I knew that was the baby. And this is when I thought, when was my very first vision? And this is the vision I saw me and my dog walking out the front door of the townhome. This is how I knew. And then when I saw her come to me and tell me that she was no longer pregnant with a pregnancy test, this is when I knew. And I spoke it in existence. She was no longer pregnant. And the very next day, for 7 days, miscarriage. So things happen for a reason in divine timing. And the Holy Spirit knew that this person was going to try to divert my attention from prophecy and what the Holy Spirit has planned for me and what I'm here to do. Just like my book that I'm supposed to be trying to publish. Everything is for a reason. So anything taken from you, don't think of it as being a bad thing. Think of it as being a lesson, and also something greater is coming. Something is in the works for you. Something is so profound that you can't even comprehend. No one can comprehend the Holy Spirit and what the Holy Spirit has planned for anyone. No one can comprehend that. The Holy Spirit is a very complex being, because you cannot understand it, because there's no method to its madness that you can even comprehend. So, but I'm going to leave this here. I want to thank you guys for listening, tuning in. Thank all my old subscribers and new subscribers. Thank you so much. And those that are abroad, and those that are viewing, thank you so much. The main thing is I'm grateful for the Holy Spirit that I have this channel. And I'm grateful that I can be of service to others and give others something to be happy about and feel good about and be grateful about, So, till next time, Lion of Judah, ancestor of the carrion race and lion race.